You guys ever heard the theory of Pavlov's dog? Right, but that's exactly, we're using the same principles, okay?
Yeah. If you guys could see his eyes, they're like, dude, sit, life. Good boy. Good. So now I'm going to kind of put that obedience into him a little bit and get him.
Right, but that's exactly, we're using the same principles, okay? We're using the same principles that that they discovered, all right, here. So the bell is the target odor, okay? Search for stimulus plus response equals reward. That's how we're training. That's how we get these dogs to do the detection work. Stimulus plus response, which would be the final response, the sit, and that equals reward. Okay? Stimulus plus response equals reward. Once we get that ingrained into the brain.
A little more clear. Sit, stay, and then I'm going to nod when I want her to release that. I'm going to wait for that calmness.
You dropped it once he was talking.
Sit, life. Good. So I'm going to have a brief pause, let his brain kind of dog smell through the stew theory. It's pretty self-explanatory. So when we walk into a room and our wife's had beef stew in the crock pot all day, what do we smell? Beef stew. Okay. What's a dog smell? Every single ingredient that went into that beef stew, that dog, if it were able to tell us, that dog would say, oh, you have carrots in there, you have celery in there, you used a tablespoon of salt, you used a tablespoon of pepper, everything that goes in there. That's why when these guys that are trying to conceal the drugs on us and they try to use masking agents, it doesn't work. Okay, because the dog can smell that masking agent, whether it's grease, coffee, mustard, you name it. Dogs can smell each individual odor and break that down and break it apart and go, okay, well, I've never been rewarded for smelling mustard. I've never been rewarded for smelling axle grease. Never been rewarded for smelling duct tape. But here's this one odor that I saw here that I've been trained to find. That's the odor that I'm going to respond to. Shoot, shoot. Good. Good. So he knows what he's got to do. He's just processing it. We had him a little amped up. His mind wasn't too clear. I'm going to try to get one more rep in because...
All right. So the 3 B's, right? The 3 B's are what we're going to need for a dog to indicate, or for a dog to show us that there is that narcotic odor there, right? Right? So all of these 3 things make your